Hello, my name is Anthony, and today I am joined by a very special friend of mine, someone in whom I've gotten the honor and privilege in knowing over the past year or so. This person has been a very special person in my life. He's been an inspiration, and he is none other than Zachary Vasquez. Zachary, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm very good. How about, how about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm actually very excited to be here um, having this conversation with you, man. I think this is a great thing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Any opportunity I get to sit down and have a conversation with you, man, I feel honored and I feel privileged. So thank you. So for those who don't know who Zachary is, why don't you give the people a little insight?
Mm. Well, I'm a individual who has a condition called cerebral palsy, but I don't have my cerebral palsy to find my limits. I over I try to overcome my challenges and persevere even though I'm going through something. I I try to motivate, I try to inspire, and I try to encourage others.
Wow, wow, wow. So how old are you?
I am 40, 24 years old.
You're 24 years young. um,
Um,
but man, that's something that's really inspiring one, and that's really something. Can you tell us a little bit more about your story?
I don't know where to begin. Um, my story is I was faced with some medical challenges, but despite my medical challenges, my parents persevered and they're my big inspiration. They really inspire me to be the best version of myself that I can be. And I also have a best friend. His name is Carlos, and he's quite a huge impact on my life.
Carlos. Okay. So tell me a little bit about Carlos. He sounds like a great person.
Mhm. Um, Carlos, we met in kindergarten. We did everything together. Our teachers will always put us together. We had the same schedule. We just built a bond that was unbreakable. And then the teacher asked us, what do we want to do when we grow up? And as young kids, we never know what we want to do. And Carlos always knew he wanted to become a public figure. And he wanted me to join a part of his public speaking training. But I told him, Carlos, I will never become a public figure. But now I enjoy talking to other people, but that was not always the case.
Right. Right. So Carlos sounds like he's had a real big impact in your life.
Yes,
Wow. Wow. So is Carlos someone who's very close? I would assume very close to you in this current moment.
yeah, he is very close to me.
Right. Right. Is he someone that you still see to this day, or
Now, sad to say, he passed away in 2017, but I still carry his memory with me, and I carry his story, and it's through my speeches where I keep his memory alive.
wow, man, I'm sorry to hear about that. I mean, uh, hearing or getting the news of someone's passing, whether that be a family member or that be someone who's a very close friend is never easy. So I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that, but I persevere through my public speaking. Public speaking to me is like my therapy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what's it like? What has life been like um, while on this public speaking journey?
I never knew I would become a public speaker until his passing. His passing really taught me that we cannot take stuff for granted. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So what's worse if you don't try? So that's what I that's why I really wanted to take his public speaking um into my own hands and continue sharing the message that Carlos always had to share his light and do it for others. And through that, I was able to make a children's book all about our friendship and all about the beginning chapters of becoming a public figure.
A children's book you got coming. Wow,
Mm.
that's pretty. That's pretty cool, man. Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, what inspired you to make a children's book? Well, I mean, because you can in many ways just create a book, right? But what made you go down the path of writing a children's book?
Because I feel like it's so difficult, um, not difficult per se, but it's like um challenging for people to have a disability. So I wanted to write a book or an encouraging saying, look, I have a disability and if I can do it, you can do it too.
Wow, I am excited to see this thing. Do you have any idea as to when it comes out, or is it still in the making?
Um, and, uh, the date for when it comes out, June, uh, sorry, May 15th
Nice.
of this year.
That's awesome, man. That is incredible. And listen, I know for me, I think writing a book would be extremely difficult. So I can only imagine how difficult that's been for you as far as like putting a book together and trying to get all your ideas into one
It
location.
it wasn't really difficult for me because when I have my mind to something, I will not stop until I achieve that goal.
Wow, man. You know, and it's funny because over the past year or so, I've gotten to know you, obviously, and we've spoken lots over the past year, and that's exactly who I've gotten to know. I've gotten to know someone who's resilient. I've gotten to know someone who is very, very, very positive. Um, and I know, you know, life hasn't been easy for you in a lot of ways, in a lot of aspects. But the person I see is someone who doesn't let life knock him down. So I think that's something that's not only admirable, but it's something that I look up to in many regards. So I mean,
and,
I just want to thank you for that because that's amazing, man.
and besides Carlos, there's another person that I look up to that you might already know,
And who's this?
Chris Singleton.
Chris Singleton. I follow him on social media. I don't know him personally, but I follow him on social media. I love his content and everything like that. And he seems like a great person. Do you know Chris personally?
Yes, I met him uh, because he came to my school when I was going through my challenging moments about the COVID pandemic, and I was a bit discouraged how I was not able to do as many speeches as I hoped to do. So I I took it beyond myself and I made it be with social media because I never know how to use social media, but now I'm learning how to build a larger audience through social media.
That's awesome. Now you mentioned that you do public speaking and everything. Like, so what does that look like? Where do you do these public speeches?
So I do it locally, but I do consider myself an international speaker
Okay.
because I I give speeches on platform called TikTok where I'm able to connect with viewers outside of the United States. So I consider myself an international speaker because it's being recorded and everybody's having a good time and I'm still inspiring people without going to the destination.
Right. That's amazing, man. And I agree. Honestly, I agree. Social media and the I guess the times we live in with the technology that we have, um, it's amazing how it works because it allows you to really touch base with people all over the world, just from the comforts of your own home. So yeah, I agree, man. The fact that you're able to, do these speeches and uplift people just from your house, but then being, who knows, some in China, some in Europe, someone wherever they are, just the fact that you're able to have that reach is amazing. That's an amazing platform that you have there, man.
I also believe that you're not only changing lives, but you're helping them with their struggles and what they have going on. People people are scared to open up, but if they have somebody being vulnerable and open up, sharing about your story, they might open up and share their story with you too.
Right. Now you mentioned earlier that Carlos helped you find, I guess you can say in many ways, the love for public speaking.
Yes.
So when did that switch take place? Like, when did you find it within yourself to be comfortable to do public speaking?
Um, just watching Carlos,
Mhm.
um, just watching Carlos perform his
Mhm.
public speaking
Mhm.
and how he's able to captivate viewers and to captivate his listeners about his message and
Mhm.
how much they're taking in what he's saying. That really inspired me to do the same thing. And funny thing is, I skip my classical watching speak.
Ah, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we're gonna take it as both.
I don't care, but I would do anything for my friends.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, and that's the person I've gotten to know. You tend to put people at high priority, especially the people that you love, and that's something that I really admire about you, man. Um,
And
as
if I had to skip school again, I would.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. What do you want people to feel or take away when people hear your speech?
I just want them to feel inspiring, um, happy, and just have the mindset that you can do anything that you pretty much do. And a, a quote that Chris says to me every single time that we speak is that 10%, 10% is what you can't control, but the 90% is what you can control. You can't control what disability you have. You can't control your nationality, but you can control how you make a difference, and you can control the impact you have on other people. So that stuck with me.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for giving me or allowing me this time to sit with you and have this conversation with you. Again, I also want to remind you that you are a special person, man, and you're impacting a lot of people. I know you've impacted my life, and as I said earlier, you've been a motivation, an inspiration, someone I look forward to speaking with. Right, I think. I learn a lot from you. One of the things I learned is, you know, your ability to, navigate through life, regardless of the circumstance and everything like that. You're able to, almost like put things in compartments and really focus in on the important things, right? And
Do,
I love that about you.
do you ever feel intimidated by your color of your skin, or how you feel about that?
About if I ever feel intimidated by the color of my skin.
Yes.
Um, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever felt intimidated. Uh I think I think there are moments where I have been, I guess you in many ways you could say, uh maybe racially profiled
Mhm.
in many ways, just because, I look different nationalities. I've gotten everything from Arabic to Dominican to Portuguese to Brazilian.
But here's what I would say before I get my speeches. No matter what, it, if you're happy and you want to pursue your dream, fuck what other people say.
That's
Because
funny, man.
it's important what you say.
Right,
And it's important to have that mindset that you're perfect just where you are. So don't let anybody else deter you from your destination.
right. That's awesome, man. Um, but yeah, I listen. I thank you once again for allowing me this time, and um, I'm also excited about this book that you have coming out. I know it's going to be one that impacts a lot of people, and kids. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for to get my hands on a copy.
I'm turning this book into a book series where I
Okay.
go more in depth about disabilities or challenges like the LGBTQ rate profile race. I'm gonna make it so everybody can, can see themselves in the series.
Right. Right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what you have coming down the pike. And man, thank you again. I know this is the first, but it's definitely not the last. I know we're gonna have more time and more opportunities to sit down, and hopefully you're able to uh give us or give me some more time and everything like that. And I'm really looking forward to it, man. Thank you again. And till next time.
Have a good day.